Today I have the pleasure of interviewing the man responsible for our newspapers, keyboards, typewriters, and a plethora of books we have today. The father of print himself, Johannes Gutenberg. Hello, the pleasure is all mine. Now Gutenberg, you've passed on, and it's an honor that you came all the way back from the afterlife to do an interview regarding the GCM 110 assignment. Yes. How could I not want to speak with the generation of tomorrow? But I can tell you, it was not very easy to persuade God to let me come back. It was very difficult trying to get Okay. Let's not get into religion. My grades are already bad. The last thing I need is some controversy surrounding it, thank you. Fair enough. Shall we get started? That we shall. Why don't we start with a brief explanation of your earlier years? Well, I was born centuries ago on the 3rd of February in 1398 is when the believe it date is. I was born in the city of Mainz in Germany and is where I spent my time as a young adult. Very interesting. How did you spend your time? Well, when I wasn't up to my tomfoolery and youthful shenanigans, I was bartering. I worked as a merchant seller just to get by as a young man. But as the years went on, I began to get infatuated with creating things. It was somewhere around my 30s that, excuse me, my memory is just all so foggy of that time. I mean, it's only been, 6 centuries since then? Ha! But yes, in my 30s, I began to switch fields and I ended up in the goldsmithing and blacksmithing industries. Wow, that's quite the change, don't you think? I was simply just following in my parents' footsteps. Yo, bare facts, bro. I respect that. Yes, indeed. Bare facts to you, bro. Now, during this time, you and your family had a run-in with a bunch of trouble back in Mainz. Back in Mainz, during the late 1420s, the craftsmen began to feud with the noblemen. And for that, loads of the craftsmen got exiled, including myself. So I gathered my family, and we left Mainz only to end up in Strasbourg. And in Strasbourg, it is where I began inventing and attended university. We certainly can't forget about that failed marriage too, you know. I'm sorry. I thought we agreed not to talk about that. My bad. This scriptwriter really isn't the best. Wow. Alright. Wow. Moving on though, I'm pretty sure you had one invention before the movable press that wasn't well known to the audience. Would you mind elaborating on what exactly that was? Yes. Before the printing press, I had been working on a special mirror that would be able to catch holy light from religious relics. It did not get a lot of financial backing, however, which I simply do not understand. Yeah, really strange. Anyways, shortly after that, you began working on the critically acclaimed printing press, correct? It was in the 1430s where I dabbled in movable type. I saw the inefficiency of the creations of book and the constraints it would have on the knowledge of tomorrow and the truth being shared. So I ended up returning to Mainz in the 1440s and walked away at inventing the first movable type using ink that was rolled over raised surfaces of movable handset blocks withheld in wooden form, and the form was then pressed against sheets of paper. This invention, however, received plenty of financial backing from a wealthy man called Andreas Dritzen. It took me over a decade of tweaking and working away to receive more financial backing from Johannes Fust. We ended up partnering together to print the famous Gutenberg Bible in 1455. It took me over 20 years to complete the press and around 4 to 5 years to finalize the creation of the Bible. It was truly my life's work. Truly awe-inspiring work, Johannes. It is Mr. Gutenberg to you, sir. Wow. Alright, my mistake. I thought we were on a first-name basis. Obviously, I was mistaken. But moving on. All your successes truly came crashing down soon after the Bible was released. That's when Mr. Fu sued you for a payment. and unable to pay it, he took the press as collateral. A few years later, in 1468, your unfortunate passing came. Did the taking of your life's work have anything to do with your demise? So it's nothing off limits. Like we didn't have a discussion prior to this. My financial situation and my death is a secret, and I'd like it to remain that way. Thank you. Alright. Anyways, we're way over time. Any last words you have before you go for the audience? To all the printers, illustrators, and writers, keep on pushing forward. Through it, God shall spread his word. A spring of truth shall flow from it. Like a new star, it shall scatter the darkness of ignorance and cause a light herefore unknown to shine amongst men. Well, that's all the time we had today with Johannes Gutenberg. Join us next time to ask Elvis Presley on how it was to die on the toilets.